This ain't a game. This ain't a phase. This is the sound of a man being made. Blood, sweat, focus. Say it again. This ain't a hobby, this is oxygen in my lungs. I was born in the red, I was raised in the famine among the wolves and the vipers, the liars and the fakers. I learned to build my own table when they wouldn't make a place for us. They wanted me to beg, I learned to demand. With my back to the wall and my soul in my hand, I put my blood into the soil. Now I'm harvesting land that was poisoned by the past. Now it's turning to sand, into glass, into windows that I'm looking through, at a future that I sculpted with the sweat from my brow. I don't wipe it away, let it dry into a mask. Let them see that I'm clay, let them see that I'm tasked with a purpose much bigger than the money and the cars. I'm building monuments for the ones who fell in the stars. Every failure was a lesson, I'm a better investor in myself. I don't invest in the hype or the gesture. I invest in the nights when nobody sees the fight, where the ceiling is the floor and the floor is the height. Blood, sweat, and focus. I've been drowning in the deep, but I float this. Concrete broke my fall, now I'm the pavement. Turn the whole block into a sacred statement. The blood, sweat, and focus. Every scar on my body is a promotion. I took the pressure, let it mold me. Now the old me can't even hold me. Blood, sweat. I remember being tired, I mean bone deep tired, where the soul starts to flicker and the heart gets wired to survival mode, just getting through the day. Now I'm living in a mode where I'm building a way for the ones who come after. Then I feel the same hunger, then I feel the shame of being younger and wondering if the world even sees them, if the world even cares. I turn my despair into stairs, step by step, brick by brick, rep by rep. When the body says stop, that's when the soul starts to step into the driver's seat, into the command. I took the blueprint of pain and I drew it by hand into something that looks like a temple, a church, a place where the broken can stand and not search for validation from a system that's designed to take. I'm the architect now, watch me break the break. Motivation for the ones who clock out tired and still come home and build what they desire. While the world was sleeping, I was dreaming awake. Now the foundation is solid, no tremors can shake. They ask me, how do you keep going? I say, what's the alternative? Stopping. That's not in the vocabulary. I replace the word quit with reset. I replace the word fear with respect. Cause when you respect the struggle respects you back. Blood, sweat. One more rep, one more set, one more life to resurrect. I see the blueprint in my sleep, it's tattooed on my mind. I wake up with the tools, I don't even press rewind. I just build, I just work, I just move through the noise. When the world tells you stop, that's when you find your voice. It's a whisper at first, then the rumble, then the roar. I've been knocking down the walls that they put up before I could even walk, I could even talk my truth. Now I'm standing in the booth, I'm the living proof that the muscle ain't just physical, it's mental and spiritual. I took my trauma, turned it to material for a building that houses the hopes of the hopeless. I'm the witness, the judge, and the pope of the focus. The discipline is sacred, it's a covenant I made with the version of myself that was afraid of the shade. Now I walk in the shadows like the part of my skin, cause the darkness made the diamond that I'm living within. Focus. Breathe. One more. They gon' feel this. Not because I want them to, because they need to. To know that the weight you carry is the weight that makes you. Blood, sweat, focus. That's the Trinity. That's the truth. I tell them,
I'm built different.
not better, not worse.
Not better, not worse.
Just built for the hurt.
Just built for the hurt.
Built for the work.
Built for the work.
Let's go. I was born with a hunger that they couldn't understand. A fire in my chest, a dream in my hand. They said, slow down, you're moving too fast. I said, I've been moving slow, I'm trying to outrun the past. The past was a shadow that followed me close, whispering lies, telling me I was a ghost, that I'd never be seen, that I'd never be heard. But I took every lie and I turned it to a word that became a verse, that became a song, that became a movement that proved them wrong. Not because I was special, but because I refused to accept the limits that they tried to infuse into my bloodstream, into my soul. I took control, I made myself whole from the pieces they said were too broken to fix. I'm built different, yeah, that's the mix. Yeah, that's what they say when they see me still standing at the end of the day. When they see me still fighting when the fighting is done, I'm built different. I'm the only one who can walk in my shoes, who can carry my weight. I was built for the pressure, I was built for the weight. Built different, yeah, I embrace the pain, cause the sun only shines after the rain. They don't know about the nights I spent alone, staring at the ceiling, talking to a dial tone, waiting for a call that never came, waiting for a change, waiting for a name to open doors that were locked from the start. I had to kick them down with a broken heart. Every rejection was a lesson in disguise. I learned to read the truth behind the lies. Oh, you're not ready, you're not enough. I took the doubt and I called his bluff, cause I knew what was waiting on the other side. A version of me that refused to hide behind the fear, behind the shame. I built my own door and I called my own name. Into the stone, into the world, I let my story unfurl, like a flag that says we still here. Yeah, let's make it clear. They ask what makes you different. I say I didn't break when they wanted me to break. I didn't fold when they wanted me to fold. I didn't become the story they wrote for me. I wrote my own, page by page, scar by scar. That's what makes me different. Built different. Built different. Say it loud, say it proud. Built different. So if you're out there and you feel like you don't fit, like the mold they made for you is too small and too split, like a square peg in a world full of round holes, like you're carrying the weight that's too heavy for your soul. Let me tell you something, that weight is your gift. That pressure is the thing that's gonna give you the lift to rise above the noise, to break through the ceiling, to show them what you're made of, to show them what you're feeling. I've been there, I felt it, the loneliness of being strange, the isolation of a mind that refuses to rearrange, to fit the pattern, to fit the plan. I'm not a copy, I'm the original man, built from the ground up, built from the scars, built from the darkness and the distant stars that guided me home when I was lost at sea. I'm built different, and I'm finally free. Built different. Yeah, that's me. That's you. If you're out there and you feel like you don't belong,
You belong with us.
built different.
You belong with us.
Forever. Built different.
You belong with us.
Built different.
You belong with us.
Forever. When I'm gone, when the story ends, what will remain?
When I'm gone,
Not the chains,
when the story ends,
not the name,
what will remain?
the seeds. Just plant something. Yeah. What they gonna say when I'm gone from this earth? Did I fold under pressure? Or did I give birth to a movement, a meaning, a reason to strive? Did I keep the flame burning or let it die? Yeah, I think about my daughter's daughter. Will they know my name or will they just know the water that I helped to clean the rivers I redirected, the discipline I injected into the culture, the moments I chose love over the profit, the times I stood quiet when I could have been toxic. This ain't about the legacy of a name on a stone. It's about the way I moved when I was alone, when nobody was watching, when the cameras were off. Did I carry the weak or did I scarf? Did I build bridges or did I build walls? Did I answer the call when the future was calling? Or did I hide in the comfort of what I already knew? Legacy is what you do when the world isn't viewing you. Legacy, living a name on a stone. It's the seeds that I planted when I was alone. It's the tone that I set when nobody was watching. It's the locks that I opened, the chains that I dropped in the ocean of doubt. I built a boat. This is legacy, this is the quote that they read when they wonder how I made it through. Legacy is the love that I leave for you. I used to want the fame, now I want the impact. I used to want the change, now I want the contacts that help the next one rise. I realized that the greatest motivation is to see the eyes of a kid who looks like me and sees a door that I kick open now, they can explore a world that told them they didn't belong. I turned my struggle into a song, a melody, a resilience, a rhythm, a hope. I showed them how to climb without a rope, by using their hands, by using their will. I told them keep going when the world stands still, cause the world will try to freeze you, try to tell you you're done, but you're just getting started when you barely begun. I learned that from the ashes, I learned that from pain. I learned that the sun comes after the rain, not because it's easy, but because it's true. And the legacy I leave is the truth I pursue. They ask me, what is your greatest work? It's not the songs, it's not the money, it's not the awards. It's the hands I pulled up after I climbed. It's the doors I held open when I got mine. It's the silence I broke for the ones who couldn't speak. It's the strength I found when I was at my weakest. That's the legacy. That's the discipline of love. So if you're out there and you're wondering if any of this matters, it matters. You matter. The work you do in the dark is the light someone else will walk towards. That's legacy. So I build for the future, I plan for the spring. I to do things today that the tomorrow will bring to a generation that I'll never meet. I lay down the foundation beneath their feet so they can stand taller than I ever could on the shoulders of the work that I said I would complete. Even when I was tired, even when I was low, even when the world told me to let it go, I held on, I held tight, I held the line. I turned the ordinary into divine, not because I was special, but because I was steady. I showed up every day, I was always ready to learn, to grow, to fall, to rise, to look in the mirror and see through the lies of comfort, of ease, of taking the shortcut. I took the long road and I never looked back, because the long road builds character, builds the soul, turns the broken into whole, and the whole into something that can carry the weight of a legacy that death cannot take. More than a name, more than the fame. I lead a love, I lead a way. When I'm gone, I stay. When I'm gone, I stay. They ask, what do you want them to remember? Tell them I tried. Tell them I love. Tell them I never stopped. Tell them the grind was worth it. Tell them the ashes made the art, and the art is still alive. Still alive. They say pressure makes diamonds,
They say pressure makes diamonds.
but they don't tell you about the heat.
They say pressure makes diamonds.
They don't tell you about the dark.
They say pressure.
Let me tell you.
Pressure makes diamonds.
Yeah, 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 yeah. They say pressure makes diamonds, but they don't tell you about the heat. They don't tell you about the dark. Let me tell you. Yeah, I was born in the rough, in the jagged, and the sharp, where the light don't reach, and I hope it's just a spark, trying to find a way out of the cave that they put me in. Every step forward was a fight with the sin, a doubt, a fear, the voices in my ear saying stay where you are, it's safer here. Yeah, but safe never built a kingdom, safe never built a throne. Safe is just a cage that you decorate as home. So I chose the pressure, I chose the weight, I chose to walk through the fire rather than wait for permission to be who I knew I could be. I took the chains off my soul and I set myself free. Every blow that was meant to break me just compressed me. Every note that was meant to stop me just blessed me with a harder shell, a clearer vision. I turn my prison into my provision. Yeah, pressure makes diamonds, that's what they say. But pressure breaks the ones who run away. I stood in the fire, I stayed in the flame. Now every scar is a part of my name. Pressure makes diamonds, look in my hands. I built this kingdom from broken plans. I took the weight that was meant to crush and I turned it to dust that I used to rush towards a light that I never saw. Now I'm the proof that you can win the war. I remember when the walls were closing in, when my back was on the mat and I couldn't find a win. When the people I trusted became the ones who left when I was sleeping on the floor, feeling bereft of hope, of faith, of a reason to keep breathing. But the soul don't quit when the heart keeps bleeding. It finds a way to turn the pain to purpose, to find the strength when you're at your surface. I dug deep, I found the core, I found a version of myself I never seen before. He was angry, he was hungry, he was ready to fight. He looked me in the eyes and said, grip it tight. So I grabbed the weight, I grabbed the doubt, I grabbed everything they said I could do without. And I squeezed till it turned to something new, a diamond in the rough, and that rough was you. If you're out there feeling like you're gonna break, remember that the pressure is what you make. It could be your end or it can be your start. I let it crush me into a work of art. They ask how much can you take? I say how much you got. Cause every ounce of pressure is a chance to be great. Every moment of darkness is a chance to find a spot where the light enters in, where the crack becomes the door. I ain't running from the weight no more.
Pressure, pressure, pressure.
Make me a diamond,
Pressure, pressure.
make me shine. So now I walk different, I talk different, I am different. Cause the fire that was meant to kill me made me brilliant. I shine in the dark, I glow in the night. I'm the proof that you can turn the wrong to right. Not because I'm special, but because I stayed when every cell in my body said run away. I planted my feet, I stood my ground. I let the pressure turn me around. From a victim to a victor, from a stone to a star. I took the weight and I raised the bar for anyone who's ever felt the squeeze of a world that tells you get on your knees. I say stand up, stand tall, stand firm. Let the pressure be the thing that confirms that you were made for more. You were built to last. You're a diamond in the rough, and the rough is the past. So let it crush you, let it mold you, let it shape your soul. Pressure ain't your enemy, it's how you become whole. Pressure makes diamonds, and I'm shining now, shining for the one who's still in the dark, who still feel the weight. Keep going, the diamond is waiting.
Pressure makes diamonds. Pressure makes.
The diamond is waiting.
Pressure makes diamonds.
Oh,
Pressure makes diamonds.
They wrote my name in the dirt. Thought I'd stay there, but dirt is just soil, and soil grows things. Watch me grow. I watched it burn, I watched it fall to the ground. I was standing in the rubble with nothing around, just the smoke in my lungs and the ash on my skin. They counted me out, they wrote the obituary, but I read it and laughed. That shit was imaginary, cause I've been buried before. I know the soil, I know the toil of rebuilding from the void. You don't know what fire does till you're walking through it. It kills the weakness and you see the true you. It strips the facade and melts the pretense. It leaves you with nothing but common sense, in a will that's been forged in the highest degree. Now I'm standing where they said I could never be. Not out of spite, not out of revenge, out of a love that I had to defend. Against the voices that told me to settle, I turned the rubble into a meadow. From ashes, I'm heaven bound. Let me tell you about the fire, let me tell you about the heat. The moment when your dreams and your reality meet, and one of them has to die. You gotta choose which one. I chose the dream and I grabbed the gun. Not to fight, but to build, to create, to design a reality that look like the one in my mind. They say give up, it's too late, the damage is done. I said damage is just a story, and I'm the author's son. So I rewrote the script, I flipped the page, I turned the grief into a stage where I perform my resurrection daily. Move through the world slow and steady and gaily. Not because it was easy, but because I decided that the fall wasn't the end. It was where I was guided to find something deeper, something real, something true. The version of myself that was always in view, but covered by comfort, by fear, by delay. The fire burned that all away. Yes, what did you learn in the ashes? I learned that endings are just beginnings with better lighting. I learned that you can't rise unless you're willing to let go. Let go of who you were, to become who you're meant to be. Let go of the weight, to feel the lift. Came from a lack of options. I had to move forward or die in the coffin of my own doubt. I had to break out. Now I'm screaming so the next one can wake out of the sleep, walk the dream, start the idea that you're trapped, that the fire that burns you is all that you have. But the fire that burns you can also ignite a light in the darkness, a flame in the night that guide you to shores you never imagined. I turn my collapse into a passage for the ones who come after a door. I left open the sign that says you are not broken, you are chosen. Chosen to rise, chosen to fight, chosen to turn the darkness to light. So if you're standing in ashes, look at your hands. You're holding the power to make new demands on a world that tried to tell you that you were done. The fire is over, the rise has begun. Rise from the ashes. Rise from the ashes. Rise from the pain. We rise, we rise. We rise. counted me out. They wrote the ending before the story was done. But comebacks ain't for the people who gave up. They're for the ones who stayed. When staying was the hardest thing to do. Let me take you to the moment when the lights went dark, when the crowd stopped cheering and I lost my spark, when the thing I built with my own two hands started crumbling down like castles in the sand. I watched it fall, I watched it fade. I watched the empire that I made turn to rubble at my feet. I felt the ground beneath me retreat. Yeah, into a void, into a silence. I was surrounded by my own violence of thought, of blame, of what if I had, or maybe I wasn't good enough, maybe I'm bad. Yeah, at this thing I thought I was born to do, I looked in the mirror and I didn't know who was staring back, just the ghost of a man with a broken heart and a shattered plan. But somewhere deep beneath the wreckage, a voice said, you are not finished yet.
The comeback is coming.
I feel it in my chest.
Comeback is coming.
I'm putting it to rest. All the doubt, all the fear, all the voices that said that I'd never rise up, that I stay in the bed. Of my failure, my sorrow, my shame and my grief.
The comeback is coming.
I'm finding relief in the struggle, in the pain, in the blood, in the sweat. The comeback is coming, I ain't finished yet. They said it's over, just let it go. But I know something that they don't know. The end is just a place where you start again, with a different mindset, with a different pen, to write a new story, to change the plot. I took everything I had and I gave it all I got. Every ounce of energy, every tear I cried, I put it in the engine and I let it ride. Through the darkness, through the doubt, I found a way to climb back out of the hole that I dug in my own despair. I grabbed the edges and I pulled myself up from there. Hand over hand, scar over scar, I followed the light from a distant star that told me you're not done, you're just beginning. The comeback is the art of winning. Yeah, when everyone expects you to lose, so choose to fight, choose to refuse the narrative that they wrote for you. The comeback is the proof that you are more than the sum of your mistakes. I turn my losses into takes. They ask, what did it take to come back? I say everything. Every drop of blood, every sleepless night, every moment I wanted to quit but I didn't. Every time I chose the hard road over the easy one. That's what it took, and I do it again. Cause the comeback ain't just about winning, it's about who you become in the process. So now I'm standing here different than before. The fall taught me what the rise never could. It taught me humility, it taught me grace. It taught me to find strength in the lowest place. Hey, it taught me that failure ain't the end of the line. It's just a reroute and a redesign of the path that you're walking. A chance to pivot, to find a version of yourself that was always in it. Waiting for the moment when the ego died and the soul can finally take the driver's side. That's what the comeback is, a resurrection, a moment of clarity, a moment of connection to the truth of who you are beneath the noise. I found my voice when I lost my poise, and I rebuilt from the ground up stronger than before. I walked through the fire and I found the door that leads to the life I was meant to live. The comeback is the gift that you give to yourself when you refuse to quit. I came back from the pit.
The comeback.
It's not a moment, it's a lifetime of choosing to rise. Every single day I came back, and so can you.
The comeback.
tried to break me. They tried to bend me. They tried to make me something I'm not. But I'm unbreakable. Let them know. Unbreakable.
Unbreakable.
They tried to break me. They tried to bend me. They tried to make me something I'm not. But I'm unbreakable. Let them know. Yeah. 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 I've been through the ringer, I've been through the war. I've been through the moments they said I couldn't endure. I've been broken, I've been bent, I've been left for dead. But I got up every time I cleared my head. And I kept walking, kept stalking the dream. Even when the world was trying to tear at the seam of my sanity, my will, my desire to live. I had nothing left to give, but I gave it. I found a well that was deeper than I knew. I drew from the pain, I turned it to fuel that propelled me forward when I wanted to stop. I climbed to the top of the mountain and dropped back down to the valley, but I didn't stay. I found another way, I found another day to prove to myself that I was made of more than the sum of the wounds that I wore on my sleeve, on my heart, on my soul. I made myself whole from the pieces they stole. Unbreakable, that's what I am. They can try to break me, but they never can. I bend, I sway, I fall, I rise. I look in the mirror and I see the skies. Unbreakable, I stand alone, I build my kingdom from broken stone. Every scar is a thread in the tapestry. I'm unbreakable, that's the legacy. I remember when the storm came, when the rain poured down, when the waters rose and I thought I'd drown. I was holding on to nothing, just a thread of faith. The only thing I had was the will to stay awake, to keep breathing, keep believing, keep moving forward. I was frozen, but I kept my sword in my hand, ready for the fight. Even in the darkest part of the night, I found a light that was buried inside a fire that refused to die. I let it guide me through the wreckage, through the debris. I became the thing that I needed to be, a survivor, a fighter, a force in nature. I turned my pain into something greater than the sum of the blows that were meant to break. I took the hits and I stayed away to the truth that I was never alone. Every scar became a stone in the foundation of a new creation. I found my own salvation. They ask what makes you unbreakable.
Unbreakable.
I say I broke.
Unbreakable.
I broke 1,000 times, but I put the pieces back together. And every time I did, I was stronger. Not because I didn't feel the pain, but because I didn't let the pain be the end of the story. So if you're out there feeling like you're about to crack, like the weight of the world is on your back, and you're wondering if you can take one more step, if you can find the strength that you got left, let me tell you something, you're stronger than you know. The cracks are where the light can grow, the breaks are where the mending starts. The pieces of your broken heart are the bricks that build a new you, the one that's been waiting to break through the surface, the ceiling, the limits. They said you ain't seen nothing yet. You're unbreakable, you're built to last. You're the future, you're the past. You're the moment when the world tried to break you, and you said, no, I'm gonna make you see what I'm made of, see what I am. You're unbreakable, you're the dam that holds back the flood of doubt and fear. You're still here, you're still here. Unbreakable, unbreakable, unbreakable. I stand, I stand. Unbreakable, unbreakable. I am. They try to break me, try to take me, but I'm still standing tall. Unbreakable. I gave my all and I'm still here. Still here. It's not just a word, it's a choice. A choice to keep going when everything tells you to stop. A choice to keep fighting when the fight is all you have. I made that choice, and I'll make it again.
Every single day.
Every single day. Unbreakable. Forever.
I had to find my way all alone.
They don't know. They really don't know. They see the surface, they never see the dirt. They never see the dirt. They see the highlight reel, they don't see the B-sides. The nights I cried on the bathroom floor asking why. The friends who dipped when the check stopped clearing. Now they pop up when the names start appearing. Like they never left, like they never changed. I don't hold grudges, I just rearrange my circle like a compass, I need true north. Not the ones who show up when the spotlight's forth. I learned to love the silence, it taught me who I am when the applause fades out. You're just a man with a dream that feels heavier than it did before. But you keep knocking cause you know there's a door that's about to open, you just need the strength to keep your shoulder to it till the hinges break. I took the pain and I turned it to a profession. This ain't business, this is a confession. Every bar I write is a funeral service for the old me who thought he wasn't worth this. The grind is personal, it ain't a game. I put my name on it, I take the blame. I take the rain, I make the sun. I ain't done till the battle's won. The grind is personal, it ain't a trend. I start again and again and again. Cause the only way out is through the deep. And the grind is the promise I made to keep. Yeah, let me take you back to the basement. The mattress on the floor, the roaches that were roommates, the lock on the door that didn't work, so I slept with a bat by the bed and a dream in my chest that refused to be dead. I used to count the cracks in the ceiling like constellations. Made a map out of struggle, found my own constellations. A hope, a faith, of a way out the maze. Now I look back at that kid with a daze. Cause I don't know how he kept going, but I'm grateful he did. He was broke, he was scared, but he kept the lid on the pressure cooker of his soul, let it simmer. Took the cold of the winter, turned it to an ember. Now the fire's burning, can't nobody extinguish. I've been through the darkness, I've been through the anguish. Discipline is the only thing that stayed. When the hype left town and the money strayed, it held my hand when I didn't have a friend. It told me start again, start again, start again. They asked me what's the secret. There ain't no secret. It's just doing what you said you was gonna do when you ain't feel like doing it. That's the grind. That's the personal. That's the personal. Yeah. So I start again with a clearer head, a cleaner heart. I cut the dead weight, I made a brand new start. I built a table where we all get fed. Not just me, not just mine, but the ones who bled. Alongside me in spirit, the ones who never made it to the top of the mountain, but they helped me pave it. I carry their names in the rhythm of my breath. They remind me that success ain't a solo quest. It's a collective ride, a community of will. I'm the voice for the ones who scream in the still of the night when the world is sleeping sound. I'm the echo of the hope that they thought they drowned. It's for the ones who grind in silence, turning violence of the mind into science of survival, of arrival, of staying alive when everything around you told you not to strive. I see you, I am you, we are the same, just a different chapter, a different name. But the grind is the thread that weaves us together through any weather. We last forever. Personal. This is personal to me. Yeah, not for the likes, not for the views. For the ones who refuse to lose. For the mother working double shifts. For the father who never quit. For the kid who thinks he's not enough. This grind is love. This grind is love. They say pressure breaks people, but sometimes pressure makes diamonds. Rain tapping on the window glass, memories from the shattered past. Every tear that the pain released, turn my weakness into beast. Late nights with a restless mind, searching for the strength to find. Why the road feels so unfair, why the world don't seem to care. But the deeper that the pressure grew, the stronger something inside me knew. Every storm that I survive prove I'm still alive. I'm built from pressure, stronger every storm. Pain made treasure from the day I was born. Built from pressure, I won't break inside. Every dark night make my fire rise. They see the glow but not the grind, not the battles in my mind. Every doubt I had to face, every fear I had to chase. Dreams heavier than gold, stories never fully told. But I carried every scar like a medal of the war. If the road get rough again, I'll just rise above again. I'm built from pressure, stronger every storm. Pain made treasure from the day I was born. Diamonds shine under the weight. That's the law of human fate. Now I walk through storms with pride, all the fear I put aside. Every step that I survive turn my soul electrified. Pressure never break my frame, it just feed my inner flame. Built from pressure, strong and wise, stars reflected in my eyes. Oh, through the darkness I arise. Watch my future touch the skies. Mountains don't scare me, they motivate me. Climb higher, never fall. Dream bigger, risk it all. Through the darkness, find a flame. Victory inside the pain. Climb higher, reach the sky. Spread your wings and learn to fly. Every step another mile, every struggle worth the while. Standing at the mountain base, looking fear right in the face. People said the peak too far, but they never saw my star. Every climb began with doubt, but my faith just canceled out. Every voice that said I can't turn my spirit militant. Climb higher, never fall. Dream bigger, risk it all. Wind blowing through the empty air, still I climb without despair. Every stone beneath my feet teach my heart to not retreat. Even when my strength feels low, something deep start to glow. Like a fire in my veins, burning through the storms and rains. Mountains only test the brave. Dreams are things you must defend. Now the summer coming near, all the pain becomes so clear. Yeah. Every tear I once cried, but the wings I used to fly. Climb higher, never fall. Dream bigger, risk it all. Through the darkness, find flame. Victory inside the pain. Yeah. You either got it or you don't. I got hustle in my soul, fire I can't control. Dreams bigger than gold. Watch my future unfold. Hustle in my soul, never losing control. From the dark I will glow. Watch my kingdom grow. Started with a vision and a pen in hand. Just a young kid with a big plan. Empty pockets but a fearless heart. It's the place where legends start. Every corner had a different test, but I always gave my best. People doubted what they couldn't see, but the fire lived in me. I got hustle in my soul. Every story still untold. Yeah. Now the nights feel electric bright. Every dream within my sight, but the grind never disappeared. Success never in the field. Still I move with the same ambition, same hunger, same position. Every step another throne, built from seeds I once had sown. Hustle louder than the noise. Dreams bigger than the boys. From the struggle came the glow. From the pain the seeds will grow. Every mile, every road, turn my dreams to solid gold. Hustle in my soul, fire I can't control. Dreams bigger than gold. Watch my future unfold. Yeah. Windows fogging up again. City never sleeps, neither do I. That's right. Windows down, city lights bleeding like a wound that won't close. My mind racing, my soul need a reason to oppose. The voice telling me I'm running out of time, out of road. But I keep pushing the pedal, let the metal take the load. I'm riding through the city with the ones I miss the most. In my memory, they riding shotgun, toasting to the ghost of who I used to be before the weight sat on my chest. Before I learned that being broken just means you're doing your best. I wipe the fog off the windshield, clarity hits like a wave. I realized that the struggle wasn't something to brave. It was something to use, something to shape, something to mold. Every pothole I hit, every story I told was a brick in the building, a scar on the shield. I used to run from the pain, now I let it be revealed. It's just a late night drive, trying to clear my head, thinking about the things that my mother said. Boy, you gotta be a man before you make the bread, cause the bread don't mean nothing if your soul is dead. So I'm grinding with my ghosts in the passenger. Late night drive, I'm going faster, trying to outrun the doubt, but I let it in. Cause the doubt makes me disciplined. The doubt makes me win. I used to see the success from the outside looking in. Now I'm living it, and it's a different kind of skin. It's heavy, it's lonely, it's crowded with the fake. But I'd rather be alone and make the same mistake. Trust in the smile that don't match the eyes. I learned to read the room, I learned to read the lies. Motivation isn't loud, it's a whisper in the dark. It's the spark that you find when you're falling apart. It's the voice that says one more mile when your legs are gone. It's the song that you sing when the hope is withdrawn. So I sing it to myself, I become my own choir. I took the broken strings and I tune them up higher. Now the melody cuts through the midnight air. I'm a king in a coop with a kingdom of care for the ones who came before, the ones who come after. I turn my pain into laughter. You ever drive so far, you forget where you started, but you remember why you left? That's the discipline. It's the love. I passed the old apartment where I couldn't pay rent. I passed the corner store where my money was spent on dreams that were packaged, illusions that faded. Now I'm the one that the young ones paraded. It's proof that it's possible, proof that it's real, that the wounds you've been given eventually heal into armor, into wisdom, into scars that shine bright like the street lights above me on this late night drive. I think about my father, he was gone before the dawn. He chased the American dream till his spirit was torn. I learned from his absence what presence should cost. That time is the currency you can't get back when it's lost. So I hold every moment like a glass that might break. I taste every second, I let my soul awake to the beauty of the struggle, the grace of the grind. I'm leaving my fears and my failures behind. In the rearview mirror, they get smaller and smaller. I'm a giant now, standing taller and taller. Not because of the money, not because of the fame, but because I survived every storm. And I stayed in the game when the game tried to break me. I bent but I never bowed. I make peace with my demons, we share the same crowd. Now we ride together, silent and still, driving towards a future that I'm ready to build. Late night drive, almost home, but home ain't a place, it's a feeling. It's the peace in my chest after a war with my mind. Keep driving, don't pull over. The sun's coming, yeah, the sun's always coming. Yeah. Pressure makes worries, pain builds kings. Yeah. Cold nights staring at the ceiling again, thinking about the battles I've been fighting within. World heavy on my back, but I never fold. Heart young, but the mindset old. Every scar on my soul tell a story untold. Every dream that I chase worth more than gold. They see the smile, but they never see the fight. Never saw the tears in the middle of the night. Walking through storms with no umbrella above. Just faith in my grind and belief in my love for the life that I'm building, brick by brick, while the clock keep moving, tick by tick. They try to break me down, try to steal my crown, but pressure built the king. I became my life still, heart too real, pain I feel, turn to skill. Every scar made a star, every fall raised the bar. My life still, never knew, never knew. Dreams so big, they surreal. People talk like they know my road, but they never carry half this load. Never walk through the fire I cross, Never paid the price that the dream had cost. Every morning I sharpen my blade, discipline the choice that I made, while the world busy chasing the fame. I'm busy mastering the game. Patience like a mountain stone, building kingdoms of my own. Even if I walk alone, I will still claim the throne. Weak hearts shed underway, strong souls rise and dominate. Yeah. Now the skyline look different tonight. All the struggles finally shining with light, but the hunger still burning the same. Still addicted to the grind in the game. Every dream I protect with my life, every battle just sharpening the night. My life still, heart so real, pain I feel, turn to skill. Every fall, raise the call, now I rise, standing tall. My life still, never break. Every risk, dreams I take. Every morning is a chance to start again.
Rise every morning,
Chasing the sun,
dreams in my heart.
war never done.
Rise every morning,
Fight through the pain, one step closer, breaking the chains. Morning light through the broken shade, memories of the risks I made. Every dream felt far away, but I kept believing anyway. People laughed when I spoke my plans, said the world don't work like that, man. But I never let the doubt define what I knew inside my mind. Oh, rise every morning, no fear inside. Even the darkness can't hide my light. Can't hide my light. Late night hustle on the empty block, writing verse about a ticking clock. Time passing but the dream alive, every breath helped me survive. Failures came like a hurricane, but I danced in the falling rain. Every scar became a sign that the future still is mine. Even when the sky is gray, hope we'll find another way. Whoa. Rise every morning, stronger than fear. Every tomorrow, victory near. Now the sunrise feel different. Every struggle got a mission. From the ashes I was born. Every morning I transform.
rise every morning,
Chasing the sun,
dreams in my heart.
war never done. The loudest battles are the ones nobody sees. The ones fought in the silence, in the space between midnight and dawn. I'm a silent warrior. I don't need a crowd to witness my struggle. I don't need a medal to validate the muscle I built in the quiet, in the hours they sleep, while the world was dreaming. My promises I keep to myself, to the ones who depend on my strength. I went the extra mile, I went the length of the rope that was tied to my future and past. I pulled till my hands bled, I pulled till I last. Became the anchor in a sea of doubt. I learned to scream without opening my mouth. Cause the real war is internal, the real fight is within. Against the version of yourself that tells you you can't win. I faced them every morning, I faced them every night. I looked them in the eyes and I held the light. Even when it flickered, even when it dimmed, I stayed in the battle, I stayed in the gym. Of the mind, of the soul, of the spirit and flesh. I turn my wounds into a vest that protects me from the arrows they throw. I'm a silent warrior, and this you should know. Silent warrior, I move in the dark, I don't need the noise to make my mark. I fight in the quiet, I bleed in the still. I climb every mountain, I bend every wheel. Silent warrior, you never see the weight that I carry, the chains that I free. I do it for love, I do it for those who fight in the silence and never let go. I think about the ones who came before, the silent warriors who opened the door that I walked through without even knowing. The seeds they planted, the debt I'm owing, to the sacrifice, to their quiet strength. They went the distance, they went the length. Without a parade, without a song, they just kept moving when the road was long. So I carry that legacy in my bones. I make my moves away from the thrones and the spotlights and the cameras and the fame. I do the work without claiming a name, cause the work itself is the only reward. The discipline is the only sword. I need to cut through the noise and the lies. I look at myself in the mirror and recognize a soldier who fights for a future unseen, who plants trees in the shade of a dream that'll never sit under, but that's the point. A silent warrior anoints the next generation with the oil of resilience. I'm building a bridge over a river of brilliance. They ask, why do you fight in silence? Cause the loudest victories are the ones you keep inside. The ones that change you at the root, the ones that make you new. I don't need applause to know I'm winning. I just need to know I'm still in it. Silent, silent warrior. That's who I am, that's who we are, that's who we are. So if you're out there fighting battles that nobody sees, wrestling with the doubt, falling to your knees in the privacy of your room, in the quiet of the night, and you're wondering if you're strong enough to win this fight, let me tell you something. The fact that you're still here, the fact that you're still fighting through the fear, is proof that you're a warrior, proof that you're strong. The silence doesn't mean that you're wrong, it means you're focused, it means you're deep. It means the promises you make you keep, even when nobody's watching, even when nobody cares. You're building something real, you're climbing stairs that lead to a place that only you can reach. You're learning lessons that nobody can teach. So keep fighting in the silence, keep moving in the dark. You're a silent warrior, you're a spark that's gonna catch and light up the sky. When the time is right, you'll know why. You never gave up, you never gave in. A silent warrior always wins. Silent warrior, I see you, even if nobody else does. I see the fight in your eyes, I see the strength in your silence. Keep going, we fight together in the quiet, forever. I'm still here. still here,
Still here, still here.
still here, still here. I lost a brother to the corner, lost a friend to the fame. Lost myself in the mirror trying to wash off the shame. They said give up, you're a number, not a name. I said watch me turn the ashes into a flame. I was sleeping on the future, dreaming of a way out. Now I'm standing in the building that I prayed about. Every note was a setup for a go. Every scar on my heart is a note in this flow. I'm still here, I'm still standing. When the rain came down, I was landing on my feet, concrete can't break me. The pain taught me how to make me. I'm still here,
Still here.
still here. Yeah, I'm still here. It's for the ones who clocking in at 6 a.m. Dreams deferred in the back of a minivan. It's for the single mothers who became two parents. It's for the discipline born out of embarrassment. They wanted me to fail so they could feel tall. Now I'm standing on the top floor looking at them all. Motivation is a debt you pay to your future self. I stopped borrowing pain, started investing in wealth.
If you can see the sunrise after the war, if you can still love after being ignored, if you can still dream when your back's on the floor, raise your hand.
I said raise your hand. I said raise your hand. Still here, still breathing, still fighting. They ask me how I feel. I said I feel like time is running out of patience. Yeah. The clock don't stop. No, the clock don't stop. Yeah. Yeah. Woke up to a text that said you late again. Looked in the mirror, saw a man I was facing then. A version of me that was waiting for a savior. But the only help coming was my own behavior. I used to trade my tomorrows for a cheap thrill, counting other people's money standing still. Till I realized the grave don't care about your resume, and the club lights die when you see the light of day. The clock don't stop for a broken heart. It don't slow down when you fall apart. You can chase the high or you can chase the chart, but the clock don't stop. I put my back against the wall, I let the pressure build. Traded pain for power, now my soul is gilded. Every second's money, I ain't trying to be killed, cause the clock don't stop. Yeah, remember sleeping on the floor just to save a dime. Now I'm sleeping on the idea that I'm out of time. Motivation isn't pretty, it's a desperate thing. Yeah, yeah, it's the sound of your stomach when the cup is bare. It's the sound of your daughter saying, Dad, I need you there. So I turned all that sorrow into a battle cry. Now I step up in the club with a focused eye. I ain't here for the bottle, I'm here for the mission. It's a discipline in physical form. Listen, for a broken heart, it don't slow down when you fall apart. You can chase the high or you can chase the chart, but the clock don't stop. They tell you take a break, I tell you break the mold. Rest is for the ones who did what they were told. I'm doing what they said I couldn't, so I can't be cold. I move with the fire even when I feel low. Hands up if you ever felt the pressure. Hands up if you turn pain into treasure. This is the anthem for the sleepless nights. We don't stop.